Hearty welcome, dear students. I'm Raja from English department. You all are successfully promoted to 11th standard. I wish you all to have a prosperous year. Let's go to the subject. Dear students, what do you see in this picture? It is a tree with a root. So is there any tree without root? It is impossible. A tree needs a healthy roots to grow. Then only the tree can be a healthy one. Like that, grammar also like a root to develop our spoken English. So without grammar, we cannot develop a spoken skill. Let me tell you a fact I came across with a child. Important of the grammar. Once I spoke with a child. I asked the child, "Saaptingila?" It replied, "Saapten." And I asked the child again, "Eppo saaptinga?" The child replied, "Na naalaikku saapten." Immediately I laughed at the child because it did mistake. What mistake did the child do? It used the future word naalaikku. So he does not know to convey the idea without any mistake. The same thing to all the people, those who are learning spoken English. So we all are children to learn a language. Even G. Pope learned Tamil after 50 when he arrived Tamil Nadu. When we learn a language, we should learn grammar. So you must know the importance of grammar. Okay, where the child did mistake in the time. If you want not to do the same mistake in our spoken, we should know how to speak according to the time. So time is the most important thing. So we should use the time in our conversation properly. If we want to develop our conversation, we should know tense. Okay, what is meant by tense? Tense is a word derived from Latin word tempus, which means time. Here you can see three different clocks which show a different time. Can you identify which one is present, which one is past, and which one is future? Let me tell you. The middle one is the present. The first one is the past, and the third one is future. How do we say? There are only three tenses, three major tenses. Okay, and the time which shows the middle can be at present, and the previous one can be the past. The time which is advanced can be the future. So here the clock which shows 6 o'clock is past tense. The clock which shows 10 o'clock is present tense, and the clock which shows 12 o'clock is future tense. How do we identify a tense of a sentence? We can identify only with the function of the verb. Function of the verb. So we should know what is verb now. What is verb? A verb is a word which indicates the time of an action, event, or condition by changing its form. So a verb changes its form to indicate different time according to the action, according to the fact. So without a verb, we cannot identify a tense of a sentence. So verb is the most important thing, and also the verb changes its form according to the tense. So we should know forms of verb. So how many forms of verbs are there? So there are 4 forms of verb. The first one is present form, the second one is past form, the third one is past participle, and the fourth form is present participle. So we can divide the verb into 3 categories, and also we can divide the forms of the verbs into 4 categories. Next we can see the functions of the verb, the major part of the verbs. What are the major part of the verbs? We can divide the verb into 3 categories. They are do form of the verb or main verb, and be form verb, and have form verb. Here you can see 5 columns and 5 rows, 4 rows here. In the first 2 columns, eat and eats Do and does both take place in main verb or do form verb. What is meant by do? Do means say in Tamil, say. It indicates the physical action. செயல்ல செய்யக்கூடிய verb. செயலாக செய்யக்கூடிய verb. It means do form verbs or main verb. Next we can say am, is, are. These three take place in B form verbs. What is meant by B form verbs? What is meant by B? B means இரு இரு என்று மீனிங் கொடுக்கக்கூடியது. That is B form verbs. And have form verbs. Have form verbs have two functions. The one is as main verb and another one is an auxiliary verb. Actually have functions as a main verb when it takes place followed by a noun, and it functions as an auxiliary followed by a third form of the verb, that means past participle. Here I have given a main verb, eat. Eat and eats in the same column I have given. So eat can be used in the first person and second person and third person plural. Who are the first person? I and we. And second person you. Third person plural they. And eats can be used only for the third person singulars. What are the third person singulars? He, she, it. So we should add yes with the main verb when we use the verb with the third person singular. He, she, it. And in the past tense there is no change. We should use for all the nouns ate. And for on third form past participle eaten and present participle eating. And do form of verb do, does, did, done, doing. And be form verb. So am, is are taken place in the singular form. Am takes place for the first person singular I, and is takes place for third person singular. And the past form of am is was, and third form of the verb is been. Here the second form can be used only in the past tense. Third form can be used only in the perfect tenses. Here you must be cleared. You must be clear between participle and perfect. There are two words, past participle and past perfect. Past participle is the forms of verb. Past perfect it is a kind of tense. Okay, but here we can use the past participle only in the perfect tense. It can be in the present perfect or past perfect. Without any half form verb we cannot use past participle. And present participle can be used only in the ing form, in the continuous tense or in the progressive tenses. Okay, and without any be verb we cannot use present participle, the fourth form, ing form. Next we can go to present tense. Actually we saw three major tenses. What are the three major tenses? Present tense, past tense and future tense. Each tense has four branches here. What are the four branches? Simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. So here I have given four types of tenses based on present tense. So how can we identify a simple present tense and present continuous tense, present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense? This also we can identify according to the verb or functions of verb. So what is the formula for simple present tense? Followed by a subject we can find first form of the verb or present verb, that is V1. Here I have given eat and eats. Okay. And for the present continuous tense we should identify the fourth form of the verb, ing form followed by a be verb, am, is, are plus V4. V4 means present participle or ing form. And present perfect tense have or has plus V3 or past participle. So without a have form verb we cannot use V3. Okay. And the fourth form is have or has plus been plus verb ing. Already I told you, without any be verb we cannot use ing form in the continuous tense. Continuous tense means be verb plus ing. Be verb plus ing. If there is no be verb or if there is no ing form, it is a wrong one. Next we can see past tense. So there are also four branches: simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. So how do we identify simple past tense? We can find second form of the verb or V2. Second form of the verb or V2. So ate is the past form of eat. And past continuous, there are two be verbs for past tense. What are they? Already we saw in the table. So was and were are the past be verb. So followed by the be verb we should use ing form. So was or were plus ing. Was eating, were eating. It is past continuous. What is past perfect tense? How do we identify past perfect tense? Third form of the verb followed by had is past perfect. There is no change in past perfect in auxiliary. Actually in the present perfect we saw have or has, but here we should use only had. So had is the only auxiliary to past perfect, and we must use V3 form or past participle form with followed by had. So eaten is the third form of eat. And past perfect continuous, already I told you, we should use had as an auxiliary of perfect tense, past perfect, and it is continuous tense. So we should use any be verb. Which be verb we can use? Been. So been is the third form. Been is the third form. So here we can use had been V4 or had been eating. Had been eating is the past continuous tense. Next we can see future tense. So here future tense also has four branches. They are simple future tense and future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. Here also we can identify the simple future tense only with the verb. And what is the auxiliary verb for simple future? Will or shall. Will or shall. So these both words shows the future tense, and followed by will or shall we should use only first form of the verb or V1. So we eat, we will eat, we shall eat, I shall eat, he will eat, you will eat. Only for the first person we can use shall. For I and we can use shall. And will can be used in all persons, even to I and we. And what is the formula for future continuous tense? Will or shall plus be plus V4. So V4 means ing form. So here we add be verb plus ing with the future auxiliary verb will and shall. Okay. And future perfect tense, the same thing. Perfect means have or has plus V3. So future perfect continuous tense, will or shall plus have plus been plus verb ing. So here we should use the future form of the words will or shall, and perfect we should use the auxiliary for the perfect tense have, and if we should use be verb plus ing for continuous tense. So will or shall plus have been verb ing, that is future tense. So till now we have seen all the 12 tenses in English. Now we can see the usage of the simple present tense now. So what is the usage of simple present tense? So simple present tense is used to express the fact which happens at the time of speaking, which happens at the time of speaking. We can say an example for this fact. A teacher enters the class. It means the teacher at present enters the classroom. At the time of speaking, it happens. The students are waiting for the student for the teacher. The teacher arrives there. Immediately, students goes and sit in their place, and the teacher enters the class. So this is here. You can watch. You can note red color word. The letters which are in red shows a simple present tense. Okay, already I told you what verb we should use. We should use first form of the verb. If it is third person singular, we should use we should add yes with main verb. So here the teacher is third person singular. The teacher enters the classroom. The police chased the thief. See here, chase, the word indicates the simple present tense. The police chased the thief. Here police is a plural form, so I did not add yes with the main verb. So it is simple present tense, and we can use the simple present tense to express a habitual action. What are the habitual action? We do things regularly without changing. We do many things in our as usual life regularly, like go to bed and brush in the morning and drinking tea every morning. So here I have given a sentence: I drink tea every morning. See, every morning is a clue word for simple present tense. I drink tea every morning. It means regularly in the morning I drink tea. So there is no change. I drank yesterday, I drink today, and I will drink tomorrow also. The fact which we have as a habit will not change in the future also. So in such situation, we should use simple present tense. So I drink tea every morning. I get up every day at 5 o'clock. So these both are regular activities, and we did it yesterday. We do this today, and we will do it tomorrow also. Okay. They keep always good time up to office. What is meant by the sentence? They go to office in correct time. So it is also regular activities. Next, we can use the simple present tense to express general truth or universal truth. What is meant by general truth or universal truth? The truth which does not change in all time, in the all three time, in the past, in the present, and in the future. Okay, that is universal truth or unchangeable truth. Here I have given a sentence: trees give us oxygen. Is there any change in this in the activities of trees? See, every day trees give us oxygen. Honey is sweet. Is there any honey which with the taste of sour or bitter or anything else except sweet? No. Honey means sweet. So there is no change. Okay. So it is also used in simple present tense. And the earth turns 360 degree every day. So it is really because of its turning of 360 degree every day, we get day and night. We get day and night. For the past millions of years, the earth turns 360 degree every day. Okay, so there is no change. These all are universal truth, and also the common fact we can take into example: sun rises in the east and set in the west. So these also are universal truth. To express a fixed future event, here What is meant by fixed future event? The events which happen in the future, but they are scheduled and there is no change. And there is no change in the schedule. Okay, that is called express a fixed future event. The fact happens in the future, but we use it in simple present tense as it is fixed without any change in the plan. So in such a situation we can use such sentences. Pandian Express leaves at 5:20 p.m. So regularly Pandian Express leaves at 5:20 p.m. and the match starts at 9 o'clock. Actually here they have used the word 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock, it can be before 9 o'clock, but they have mentioned the match starts at 9 o'clock. Hereafter the match is going to start, but it is used in the simple present tense as it has already scheduled. The match starts at 9 o'clock. To introduce quotations and proverbs. What is meant by quotations? The quotation is nothing but quotes. Quotes of famous personalities are used in simple present tense. For example, John Keats, Shakespeare, Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Karl Marx, Abdul Kalam also we can take into account. So we can take the famous words of these famous personalities in simple present tense. Here I have given a sentence. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Keats says these words. Actually, it is taken from his poem Endymion, written in 1818. It gives a beautiful thought. It means a beautiful object makes a person happy for a long time, even it is natural or artificial. So here I have used the verb is in simple present tense. And here I have given another quote of Shakespeare. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. So it has been taken from one of his famous historical plays, Julius Caesar. And it is said by Cassius to Brutus in the first act of Julius Caesar. Okay. So what is meant by these lines? It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. It means we are not destined by our astrological signs. We have the strength of will to overcome. Nowadays people mostly believe in astrology or zodiac. What is meant by zodiac? The 12 stars. The 12 stars or zodiac. Many people in India are doing many things only according to the astrology, zodiac. But here Shakespeare says it is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. That is the meaning. Here I have given proverbs also. So proverbs also should be used in simple present tense. A friend in need is a friend indeed. What is meant by the proverb? The person who helps us when we are in struggle or problem is a true friend. Haste makes waste. Here I have used third person singular because haste is a third person singular. I have added s with the main verb makes. Haste makes waste. It means if we try to work too quickly, we usually make mistakes. Next, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. Here I did not add s with the main verb because great minds is a plural form. So in the plural form we should not add yes with the main verb, only in simple present tense. So what is meant by the proverb great minds think alike? Smart people usually have the same idea. And we can use the simple present tense in the conditional clause. Here you can find a sentence. If it rains, we shall get wet. Here, the simple present tense is used instead of the future tense. Instead of the simple future, the simple present tense is used in the conditional clause. Here, if it rains, we shall get wet. Still now, it does not rain. If it rains, மழை பெய்தால் இனிமேதான் hereafter it may rain, but it does not happen. It may happen in the future, but we use this in simple present tense in conditional clause. When we add the conditional word or subordinate conjunction if with the sentence it rains, it becomes a conditional sentence. So in the conditional sentence we don't want to use future tense. Okay, so here if it rains we shall get wet. If you work hard you will reach your goal. Whether you worked or you are working, we don't know. Hereafter if you work hard, so it also mentions the future. The action takes place in the future, but we use it in the present tense, simple present tense. In vivid narrative of historical stories and epics, we can use simple present tense. What is meant by narration? Narration means a message that tells the particulars of any act or occurrence. Here we can use a simple present tense in the vivid narration of historical stories or any epics. Can you say any epics as an example? So we can take Ramayana, Mahabharata. So these all are epics. When we narrate the story, it can be a historical also. We should use simple present tense. Muhammad Ghazni invades dynasty of Rajputs. He is defeated. Immediately, Ghazni hurries to his capital. He finds his mistake in the war. Ghazni Muhammad invades India against Rajput dynasty from 1005 to 1027 every year, and he invaded for 17 times. For 17 times he is defeated, but finally he wins Rajput dynasty because every time he finds his mistake where he does mistake. So in such way we should use like this vivid narration in simple present tense. Here I have given an epic as an example. Rama is a legendary prince of Kosala kingdom. He exiles to the forest for 14 years. There Ramana kidnaps his wife Sita. Here Ramana is a villain of Ramayana, and Rama is the hero of this legendary story. Rama is a legendary prince of Kosala kingdom. He exiles to the forest by his father for 14 years and by his stepmother Kaigeyi. Ramana kidnaps his wife Sita to Lanka. Lanka means Sri Lanka. Okay. So in such vivid narration we should use simple present tense. In the news reading also we should use simple present tense. Have you watched English news reading? You can find the news reader uses only simple present tense in her reading. For example, I have given a sentence here. Her home minister visits Russia next month for a conference. Here I have used the word which mentions future, next month, but I have used in the simple present tense because it is scheduled and there is no change. Who is our home minister? Do you know? Amit Shah is our home minister. And the Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaks in Mann Ki Baat tomorrow. So tomorrow is the word which mentions future, but here it is used in the simple present tense because there is no change in this plan. The American President Donald Trump visits India and speaks on a weapon treaty between India and America. So here also it is also a news as an example. It is not a truthful one. Here I have used visits and speaks in simple present tense. Hereafter only the fact is going to happen, but it should be used in simple present tense. And also in running commentary. Have you heard running commentary? In running commentary we can use simple present tense. Have you ever watched running commentary when you were watching any games like cricket or football or hockey, any games. Here I have given an example of cricket match between India and Australia. It is 44th over. India needs 105 runs to win from 42 balls. Johnson continues. It's the first ball. Dhoni plays straight to the point fielder. Second ball. Dhoni pats on the leg side and takes a single. Yeah, it's a good run. It is third ball. He expands to the six. Hey, it's a super hit to the boundary. It's a six. Dear students, you can find a few words here. These all are called keywords of simple present tense. These all words are used only in simple present tense, and they all are called an adverb. Seldom, hardly, scarcely, barely, usually, daily, regularly, often, frequently, always, and never. You can easily identify a simple present tense with the help of these all keywords. These are the usage of verbs in simple present tense. We should use the sentences according to the time. The word verb mentions the time, mentions the tense. Students, we have learned today what is tense and what is verb, and usage of verbs and forms of verb, and usage of simple present tense and usage of verbs in simple present tense. Hope you would understand, and we can continue the tenses in the next class. Thank you, dear students.